One, two, three, let's go!
Yes, there are goats. They do have it easier than me. Welcome to Studio Live today and Your Music Live. Thought we'd kick us off with a little bit of goat action there. We'll come back over to here. Hello, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to the show, Your Music Live, where I play your music and we take a look and take a dive into some of the great tunes created by creators here in the Studio Live today. Community, my name is Pete, and if it's your first time here, this is my channel where I like to help you create, record, and release your best music. And we're talking about more the releasing side here and the sharing, because the best way to learn, the best way to develop, and the best way to grow as a musician, as a creator, as a producer is to share your music, because then you get feedback from other people, not just from me, but from other members of the Studio Live Today community. So that is what we're here, that is what we're doing. Trying a few different things here today, so will be a bit experimental, but that's okay. That's a bit of fun. I finally started using the new YouTube live streaming engine thing here. So it's a little bit better. It's a little clearer here with the chat and with things, but I'll probably get distracted and lose the plot a few times at least. Hello to the folks who are here live. We've got Glenn Clark, 1000 Watts, Metallium 58, Tom Rochelle, Stu Cash, Fallen, SM Borthwick, Cody Bradley, Langston Reese, Gertrude is here, Stu Cash, Jade Star. I think I'm repeating people now. I think I've covered everyone. If I haven't, Andrew Goldsby's here, Patrick Chandler, Scott is here, Happy Ron, hello to you, Ian, Alex Bacchus, and probably more folks that I haven't seen yet in the stream. But feel free to say g'day. Let me know where you're dialing in from and what's going on in your part of the world. Would love to hear what's happening with you. But for now, we need to get ourselves crack-a-lacking. So again, it's going to be a little clunkier than usual because I'm getting used to moving into the 21st century here and finding ways to get things done. Now, only because I've seen both of these gents in the chat already. So I think that's, and they were here bright and early. Actually, no, they're here bright and late because these boys are in the UK, and it is our friends Stu Cash and Andy Goldsby over there in the UK, and they've shared a tune with me here. So Stu says, Andy and myself finished our 8th track today. 8! You're crunching through them, boys. We haven't put it onto Facebook yet, so this is a first listen if it gets on the show. Well, it is. It's about to. A little different from us. Oh, okay. It's called Where Did It All Go Wrong? Okay, and it's his first attempt to use Auria Pro. If you missed it, I think, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, Stu, you won a copy of Auria Pro on Jade's channel during the week. I think I caught that. If I'm making that up, correct me in the chat. But we are going to kick ourselves off while Pete gets his stuff together and gets myself in order here. We are going to kick off the show with some Indigo Sunset. I think they may have led the show off before, but I guess technically I led the show off with my tune Goats there from my fictional band called Fear Cut. But now we are going to crack on and let's turn up the volume. Let's get ready to rock out, or I'm assuming we're going to rock out, although they did say it would be a bit different. Let's get ready to rock out here on Your Music Live with the Indigo Sunsets. Where did it all go wrong?
Hold on.
Where did it all go wrong? The Indigo Sunsets here on your music live. Oh, now I get distracted listening to the tunes from the guys here because I just enjoy it. I just like it, and I forget to critique it. So hopefully, folks that were watching live were critiquing. And full disclosure, I was also still setting up and making sure I could put the links in the description and all of that sort of jazz as well. So the links for all the songs we play here today will be down in the description, except for Goats. You'll have to go find that yourself. Just search Pete John's Goats, you'll find it. But yes, the Indigo Sunsets, Stu and Andy, doing it nicely again. Yeah, that is a little bit different, like a little more of that mellow sort of rock, but still with the same sort of vibe that you're bringing together. This is going to be an epic album. I can feel it in my bones because the production is great, the playing is great, the vocals are great. The guitar riff at the start there really kicked off the song beautifully. I thought that sounded awesome. So really started nicely and just a really good balance. Guys, you're getting better with your recording, but also with your mixing and mastering of these tracks every time you produce. It's going to be like watching Star Wars movies, where as you go along, the tech keeps getting better. So it's already good. It's already a good story, and then it's just being enhanced by your ability to use it. And hopefully you don't get to episode 1 and ruin everything. My opinion. Sorry, Star Wars fans are going to be like burning down the virtual cave here. Let's see what folks had to say about this one. We'll bring the chat on over. SM Borthwick, change of pace from Stu and Andy, but that's a really nice song. Great melodies. Andy Goldsby says, be out by Christmas 2023. Come on, guys, you got the time. Everyone's got some time at the moment, don't you? Joseph kind of sounds like the Vines. Yeah, it's got a bit of a vibe. I hadn't thought of the Vines in a long time, but that's another band that has a little bit of that. Gertrude said, from a vocal freak, love the harmonies. Yeah, just beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful harmonies. We've got people telling me not to stop playing. I know. Tom Rochelle, nice job, Stu. Well done. Especially if you're using Aurea already. I know. I've been using Aurea during the week, and it's a bit of a steep learning curve. What do you reckon, Stu? How have you been finding it? It's really super powerful, but it's been a little challenging. I'm not going to lie to you. Glenn Clark says, lovely, tremendous vocals. The backing vocals are fantastic. Such a spacious sounding track and great mix. Yeah. Patrick Chandler, always a good job. Aramasia, very nice. Oh, too many superlatives here. Too many people loving this tune. Claire says a nice spacey feel as well. So thank you everybody who's chipped in and chimed in there. We've had a super chat. And I missed it. Oh, it's Bubba. Of course, it's Bubba. Hello to you, sir. Thank you for your kind donation. Hope you are all well. Peace, agree. I hope you are all well. And I hope you're ready to rock out or dance out, funk out, ballad out over the next 2 hours with some cool tunes. Let's dive into it. So, sorry, I've got my windows going everywhere here today. I need a third monitor. Any dual screen monitor users think that you're like, 2 monitors is good, but I kind of need a third one like in the middle here. Doesn't quite work that way. Let's continue on. Where are we? I thought I saw... Sorry, just bear with me one moment. I'll get my stuff together. We'll go back to the bottom. Sorry, I've got a lot of stuff in here. So we've got an email here that's come in a while back. So sorry, we are backlogged here at the moment. I'm kind of all over the place here. It says, hi Pete, here's my song called Hijau. It is in Bahasa, some parts of English. It's a rap rock genre, and I record it in iPhone GarageBand. Yeah, we've got a lot of folks recording a lot of tunes in GarageBand. Now this is an M4A file, so we're going to have to download it. This always puts Pete on the spot a little bit. We'll have to make sure that we can get this downloaded, and then we can play the track. So that has done its thing. We are going to open it up and we'll get our VLC player going on. Open with VLC player. Here we go. Let's take a listen to this tune, shall we? It's going to play automatically because it always does that. We know we don't like that. Where is my play button? Right, so let's take a listen to this one. It is... no, it's not. Sorry, my playback here is not working for me. We might have to try a different playback device. One moment, please. Hold the line. Professional live stream in action here. we're going to use, what's this? This is Microsoft Groove. You might just have to look at my face while we play this song, shall we? Because I can't get any sort of visualization going on here. So sorry, you're going to be stuck looking at me, but we're going to play this song here on Your Music Live. Let's crack on with it, shall we?
Hijau, tengok tidak silau, kira asyik pop atas lantai tepi pulau. Duduk dalam mulatan tepi pantai kita santai. Teruskan pusingan sebelum hai semua sampai. Lagu kembali, kita mesti menari. Tinggalkan segala negativity. Positif syatrakan ideologi. Positif syatrakan ideologi. Baru naik pentas orang sudah rasa cemas. Belum lagi kau mulut, pasti kamu akan tertutup. Jangan fikir karut steady, jangan gelang kabut. Aku bantu mananya ingin kebebasan. Light up like you never did before. Pass it on, don't drop it on the floor. Oh, oh. Biar semua sampai. Light up like you never did before. Pass it on, don't drop it on the floor. Oh, oh. Biar semua sampai. Lovers gotta keep on loving. Smokers gotta keep on flying. Haters gotta keep on hating.
Very cool indeed. That got things pumping along here for a what is a Saturday morning for me, Friday afternoon or evening for many of you folks. Now I've got to try and get the details of that one again because it was here it is, GreenTree Studio. So Skinny Fi is the name of the artist there. I'm just going to update my details. Skinny Fi, yeah, the name Hijau. I do love that. I love the fact that we've got music being shared from all over the world, and sometimes you can get the feel, you can get the vibe of a song without knowing the words. And for all I know, that the words of that song could be Pete is a tool over and over again, but I didn't hear those words in there. But yeah, really, really nicely done, nicely produced. Like the low end in there, like to start with that like nice distorted low end there. Vocals were mixed in nicely in there. Really nice beat, really nice flow. I enjoyed it. I thought that was really, really cool. So thank you very much for sharing that one. I'll try and find the chat here again. Moving around all over the place. All right. And there's lots of people here saying lots of things. So it is hard to get here. It's hard to keep up with all the things. Ian says it's cool. I think it needs more attitude in the vocals. Tom Rochelle, yes, this is my kind of jam. Add guitars next time and it will be perfect. Cool beat, like the groove, says Medallion. Glenn Clark, this is cool. Yes, very nicely done. Very, very good stuff. I appreciate everyone. SM Borthwick said, I thought the drums were a bit distant, but that's a groove. Some guitar in there would drive it a bit. There you go. All the guitar guys are just like, I like it. Can we add some guitar? Which is after my own heart. I agree. When something's good, adding some guitar can only make it better. Yeah. We're gonna go with that. Let's come back to my email. Checking my email and eating lots of cake. Who have we got next on the list? We're gonna open this one. This is from John Murphy. This is another, actually, we'll save John for later. Sorry, John, if you're watching that, you've got another file, and I didn't do too well with the playing back of a file there. So we'll go back to something with a visual so that folks don't have to look at my face again for too much. Now, we did play a tune by Wingy in a previous show a couple of weeks ago, I think. So Wingy says, hey, thanks for reviewing my song last time. I appreciated the feedback. I would love to have another song review by you about the song. I wanted to make a song that was so meaningful yet completely pointless and empty of any real substance, showing the irony of finding happiness through materialism, which will only lead to a void that will never be filled. Wow, this was dark, right? I'm glad you said it because I'm just like, whoa, that's pretty heavy duty. I like the concept though. I do like the idea of a song that sounds like sort of not really meaning something, but has something deep and meaningful in the weeds, or even vice versa, where you do it the other way around. So let's bring this one up and take a listen to this tune. I'm going to pause on that one. It is Gucci Belt by the looks of it, by Wingy. And we'll transfer this over here. There we go. We'll turn up the volume. We'll turn this one up loud. And let's take a listen to Gucci Belt by Wingy here on Your Music Live.
Gucci belt, but my pants still sagging. Fresh to death, I'm dropping dead, chased around by assassins. Tell me what's happening, lights, camera, action. Gucci belt, we flashing, Gucci to the past us.
Gucci Belt by Wingy. Yes, you're all going to be walking around, not really realizing why, but going Gucci Belt, Gucci Belt, Gucci Belt for the rest of the day, because that tune is super cool. Yeah, so after the show, 2-3 weeks ago, I think, when I first played a Wingy track, I was like, yeah, this is actually really cool. So I actually emailed Wingy and was like, yeah, we played you on the show today. Thanks for sharing. I really enjoyed your track. And yeah, so Wingy said thank you. And I know other folks have also gone and checked out Wingy since then, so hopefully you enjoyed that one. Claire says this rocks. The old Goat Wildfire Band, very cool name, said feeling nice and chilled, listen to this. Jade Star's digging it. Stu Cash mix is brilliant. Glenn Clark, clever concept, sounds great too. Metallion, very well done and good production. Andrew Goldsby, this is really, really well produced. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Aramacea says, very Origins album, Imagine Dragons. Yeah. Cody Bradley, sounds like there was a sitcom called Gucci Belt. Would be a good theme song. Yeah, totally. Claire says, really catchy. And Glenn, I have a sudden desire to own a Gucci belt. I know. I buy the, for those in Australia or probably New Zealand too, Glenn, I go to Kmart and I buy the $3 belts. They're probably terrible for the environment, so I apologize. But yeah, I just can't spend money on belts. I don't buy leather belts because I don't really like to wear leather for various reasons. But yeah, I buy these $3 synthetic Kmart belts. So there you go. Little delve into Pete's fashion sense. I know, shocking. Pete's not into high fashion. Who knew, as he's sitting here in his homemade Big Star t-shirt. Let's continue on. But thank you again to Wingy for sharing that tune. A very, very cool one once again. And we appreciate you sharing your music too. Let's go back here in the emails and keep moving on and find something else. Now, someone who has been supporting the channel here for a long, long time. You might recall that our buddy here, Cam, who's called Tank on Cleaning, if you've seen things. He has been part of the community for a long, long time, and he was the one who sent me a mixer, like a 4-channel mixer that I reviewed a while back, and that video's got a heap of views. People want them some budget mixer action. I've loaned that mixer out to my buddy, who uses it for his E-drum setup, because he can put 2 different channels, his 2 different sets of E-drums, and he's created like a monster hybrid E-drum kit. So it's going to excellent use at the moment, Cam. But let's copy this one up. So Cam Tank says, as you may or may not know, this was my first ever track released under my music name Deep Gravity, and it was the Songtember Challenge from 2019. The song I Am Alone was written for a friend of mine that was diagnosed with autism at 55. Since then, he's understood why he's struggled with acceptance, understanding, and finding people to identify with. So I do remember this track, but it's been an absolute age since I listened to it. And if you don't know about Songtember, this was 100% unintentional that I've planted. You're like, Pete, you're just playing this to promote Songtember. But what we do every September, and by every September I mean we did it last year and we're going to do it again this year, is that we do a challenge in September called Songtember, where I challenge you to create, record, and release a song in the month of September. So I did the tune called Hold On last September. A bunch of other people produced their own songs, and this was Cam's tune under his name Deep Gravity that he released, and it's called Alone I Am. Oh, I'm getting all choked up. Alone I Am. And we will turn up the volume and let's play this one here now on Your Music Live.
Don't tell me why I can't believe me. Don't tell me why I can't do it the right way. Like it wants to keep you out, like it wants to keep you down.
Alone I Am, Deep Gravity. On Your Music Live, Cam, I know you're a busy man, but I'm really hoping that you are ready to rock it out again this September in Songtember Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. But yeah, really well done. And again, this was a year ago, so I know, Cam, you've, again, we're all busy and we've all got stuff going on, but hopefully you're continuing to hone your craft and continuing to work on creating recording and releasing music. So appreciate you sharing that with us, and thank you for all your support on the channel. I have, of course, forgotten to put the link here, so we are just going to do that real quick while folks have a chance to provide their reactions to the tune. Alone I Am, there's the link. Better save this in, hey? Better save it as I go along, otherwise I'll get to the end of the show and like my browser will crash and I've lost all of my hard work. That would be bad. All right, let's bring the chat on over here. Let's see. Happy Ron says, yeah, autism songs are going to be the new thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, isn't it, right? Thankfully, we are in a world where we have acceptance and we have better diagnosis and better support. So Tom Rochelle, I like everything about this song, but I think the auto-tune vocoder effect is too strong and I can't understand the words. Yeah, I really liked the chorus when it kicked in. The verses, yeah, I think could probably go a bit lighter on that because I think, you'd get a bit more of an effect if the vocals were clearer. Claire said, beautiful, powerful, and some operatic qualities. MNKeeper says, love the electronic vox. See, there you go. It just shows you that it can go both ways, can't it? 100%. I'll just see, what have we got? Oh, we've got more Gucci belt. The Gucci belt comments, people are liking that. Ted Jamadadi, I'm loving the variety. Yeah, there's so much different variety that we have going on around here, isn't it? SM Borthwick says, I'm guessing the extreme auto-tune was used consciously here to heighten the sense of dislocation. Yeah, potentially. Clever if so, nice track. 1000 Watts, I would be doing a song for Songtember, but I'm working on an album with my band and haven't got the copyright for both songs. Maybe you need to just do a side project. Just do a random song. That would be cool. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing, and thank you everyone for your comments and your feedback on the music that we're sharing here. I'm totally jumping around here, so I know I'm going to miss some tracks, but that's okay. We've got enough to do our full set. So yeah, it just might be a little bit out of order because I've already started jumping about the place. Let's move on to another one here. I'm just trying to find this one. No, that's not the right one. That's not the right song. You know who I'm going to go with? We are going to. I've seen it pop in here, and I've been holding off listening to this song for the last couple of days. I keep seeing it in my feed, and yeah, I haven't had a chance to actually play it yet. And it is our friend Glenn Clark. So Glenn Clark, a member of Create, Record, Release, a member of GarageBand Users Facebook group. If you don't know what either of those mean, check go to studiolifetoday.com. You can find out about GarageBand Users and Create, Record, Release. They are the two places I hang out the most on Facebook, and I hang out online, hanging out and talking music and sharing music. And that is exactly what Glenn has done here. Let's find Glenn's email. So Glenn says, nothing too special about this track. We'll be the judge of that, Glenn. Recorded on GarageBand on an old 2011 Mac OS. I did use the awesome Spitfire Labs plugin for the string sample and choir voices. Ooh. Apart from that, just 4 guitars, a bass, and the auto drummer, and 11 vocal tracks. 11 tracks of vocal goodness. I am looking forward to hitting play on this one. You can be sure of that. So let's come on over here. We'll get ourselves ready up. This is a tune called Siren from our buddy across the pond, the little pond, the Tasman pond, over there in New Zealand. Let's listen to it now on Your Music Live.
I saw a siren as she parted a raging sea, a storm in an emerald dress. She's beckoning me. Incandescent eyes seducing me now. A smile and a wave as the room slows down, oblivious to me. With the music playing loud, was me that she chose, and the room was heaving as she tempted me close. Her lips of fire, too hot to breathe. In a sea of empty faces, she's the one for me. With the music playing loud, she's singing to me now. She's infatuating, I can't tear my eyes away.
YouTube said you've stopped now. What an abrupt ending. I'm very sorry, Glenn. I was about to lower the volume, but YouTube's doing this random wacky thing at the moment where it'll just randomly buffer, but instead of buffering, it'll just go to this weird blank screen that you saw there. So if that happens a few times during this show, I apologize. It's been happening the last few days on YouTube videos, and I don't know why. I don't think it's my connection. I've got a pretty solid connection here, fiber to the premise. So yeah, who knows? It's the internet. Maybe I'm pushing my computer a bit hard, and it's struggling with the 17 windows that I have open. Glenn Clark. How cool is Glenn's music? And if you've been around the channel a while, you'd know Glenn's music. We've featured his last tune, the Shovel song. I can't remember the name, but everyone remembers that shovel digging, yeah. So we played that one recently. And again, he's been part of the GarageBand users and create, record, release families for a very long time, and a wonderful supporter of this channel. So thank you, Glenn. And just produces some really amazing music. So yeah, just very, very cool. You would have seen his artist profile recently on the channel as well. So that was a lot of fun to put together, and I interviewed him like last year. We talked all things recording in home studios. So plenty. If you search my name and Glenn's name, you'll find a bunch of stuff to watch. But yeah, really enjoyed that song. What stood out to me, I mean, I could throw all the superlatives, but what stood out to me about this one, the bass riff that was kicking in there, that like it was so good. I love it when a bass is just sitting in the background, but then occasionally you'll just hear it kind of push through. So you've mixed the bass in with the guitars and vocals to such a level that it's actually at the perfect volume. So a lot of folks will go, oh, that's a really cool bass riff. They'll turn it up too much, and then you're just hearing it driving throughout the song, and that can work sometimes, sometimes not. But you've got that at just the right level. Same with the balance. Like that was a balanced track. It's clear that you've just been mixing song after song. And Glenn is someone, you've released a couple of albums worth of tracks now, and yeah, it's very clear that you are. When people say, "Oh, what can I do with GarageBand? I've just got an old Mac and I'm recording in GarageBand, and I want to play some guitars and vocals," I kind of point to Glenn, because watching Glenn's progress over the last couple of years, he started good and now he's great. And it's a testament to the fact that if you create, record, and share your music, then you are going to get feedback that's going to help you develop your music and continue improving. It's a lifelong learning lesson here, folks. All right, rant over, because we're talking about Glenn's song, not about me. So we've got some comments here. Cody Bradley says, nice song, Bubba. Love the deceptive cadence into the chorus. A minor to A major. Yeah, I do love that. Like just that step up. Really classic sort of key change there. Really, really cool. Stu Cash says, go check out the track on Glenn's channel. Yes, linked down below, of course. Asa loves the minor to major key. Yeah, everyone's loving that minor to major. SM Borthwick, great tune. Gertrude, turn up the siren. This is so cool. Scott, nice one. Glenn. Tom Rochelle, yes, Billy Idol sound for this one. White Wedding-ish. Yeah, it's got a bit of a Billy Idol White Wedding kind of vibe. Stu Cash, love this, Glenn. Pete's going to stop it, and it gets better and better. I know. I stop it. I ruin your fun, but you know what? That just means that you have to go after the show down to the description, do it. It was Gary Hubbs who we played his tune last week on the show. He actually sent me an email afterwards and said, Pete, I sat back after the show, I got the playlist, I grabbed a couple of beers, and I just listened to all of these artists and listened to the whole songs. And I love that. Like that's the intention here, is for you to discover artists. Listen to the sneak peek. It's like you get the preview. Like remember when you used to go into actually you could listen to the whole song, couldn't you? Anyone remember going into music stores back in the day, like the big Virgin mega stores or things like that, and they'd have the little booth, and you just get the CD, and you'd actually be able to be on the wall, all the 10 popular CDs would be up there, and you just click it, and you'd sit there and listen to it. Well, it's probably not a good analogy, Pete, because you could listen to the whole thing, but I tended to just skip through. I'd be listen to the first 30 seconds of each track and go, yeah, meh, meh, and if I got too many meh, so not enough yeah, then I wouldn't buy the album. Remember buying albums? Man, am I feeling old. So thank you, Glenn. Thank you for sharing that. Did I put it? Yes, I have put the link there. Big thank you to Patrick Chandler, who has thrown a super chat here. I do this show out of the goodness of my heart. No, I do this show to help promote and to help provide this community because I just love the fact that everyone is creating, recording, and releasing music. And I think when I was first starting out, I would want this. I would want this show. So I've created this as something that like 5 years ago, Pete would totally get involved in and want to share my music because there's nothing better than peer-reviewed feedback that's going to be, you know, they tend to tell you what's good and they're going to tell you what you could work on. And that's why I do this show. But yeah, I say all that to say that I sponsor this show myself. Like I am the sponsor of this show, and any of the advertising you may see around this show is going back to the artist whose songs I play if they have content ID on their songs. So any donations are welcomed and 100% appreciated. So thank you to Patrick for sharing that one. Alrighty, let's continue on. Sorry, Glenn shared the song. Patrick provided a donation. Get yourself together, Pete. I can tell it's been a while since I've done this, a week. But yeah, I get very excited when I'm doing your music live. It's very, very cool. Now, I think I saw, I might have to get you to help me out here because I think I just opened this email from Gertrude. It might have been I don't have a link in it. If that is the case, if you were sharing a song, Gertrude, you might have to just re-email me because I think I think you've sent a YML email, but I don't have a link. So if you were trying to share a song, if you can resend it, I'll check my inbox and just drop a comment, and hopefully we can get that one up on the show. But if you were sharing, you might have just been referencing an older one. But if you were trying to share something, then let me know. Alrighty, okay. We've got Love Buzz the Band, who I see here in the chat quite a lot. I don't think I've seen them here today. It says, hello, Pete. I've just put all my music on Spotify through DistroKid using your promo link. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate the support there. This is my latest single. It's called Keep Me Alive. Hope you enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it too. So let's copy this one. I'm just going to bring it up. So we've got the Spotify link here, and Spotify playback's a bit sketchy, so we might need to... We'll see if it's going to come up here. Oh, it looks like it's okay. It might work. We might be able to do the Spotify thing. Rightio, let's do it. Let's bring this on over here. Here we go. This is Love Buzz, and we're going to play Love Buzz, a new track called Keep Me Alive. We'll play it here on Your Music Live. Keep Me Alive, Love Buzz here on Your Music Live. And Spotify behaved itself, which is cool. Well done. Appreciate that. Well, thank you for sharing a bit of a synth wave kind of vibe there. A little synth rock pop. All sorts of genres going on there. Like the blend of sounds, like what you're creating there. The sky's the limit here. Like that's some potential there. A little bit raw in some of the vocal parts, so not probably just need to work on that pitch like throughout. In the verses, so I think it's the lower registers sounded great. think it was just in the higher registers, and yeah, look who's talking. If you've heard me try and sing some higher notes, it can be really hard. It's really easy to get pitchy when you're starting to get a bit higher, especially in your chest voice. But yeah, so that's what I would probably work on with that, is to just work on your vocals and harness those and hone and tone your vocals over time. Again, practice makes progress with this stuff. So many folks, I've been watching a heap of masterclass lately. Check the link below if you want to sign up to masterclass. But I've been watching masterclass, and yeah, every single artist, musician on masterclass is basically talking about but this whole thing that people don't have rhythm and people don't have tone and people can be tone deaf is complete BS. Like, you can hone your skills. Everyone can get down to music. There's something like 0.5% of people that can't hear beats and that can't hear music. The other 99.5% of us, you can do it, but you just need to practice. Like, people just want to just be like the people they hear on the radio immediately. They don't put in the time, they don't put in the practice, and you're not going to get better if you don't practice things. It's just simple logic. The whole 10,000 hours Malcolm Gladwell thing's not 100% correct in my view, or I don't 100% agree with it in my opinion, but it's definitely something you can do to improve. You're not going to improve by not practicing. Put it that way. It can't hurt, but it certainly can hinder if you don't practice. You can only get, I've never heard of anyone that's like, wow, I started playing guitar and then I put in like 2,000 hours of practice and now I suck. No, that doesn't happen. Not in my review. Not in my view. Gertrude sent his song. Thank you. I'll check my inbox in a moment. Ian, I like the 80s style Oasis. Yeah. SM Borthwick says, Pete selling himself short. I recall that Take On Me high note. Oh, yeah, I should probably try. Oh, should I try that on the happy hour tomorrow? Remind me at the end, SM, or send me an email to remind me and say, Pete, you said you'll play Take On Me in the happy hour. Let's put that challenge out, because I'm doing a very happy hour tomorrow. So we'll try that. Sorry, we're talking about your song. Glenn Clark says this is really cool. The Old Goat Wildfire Band says catchy chorus. Agree. Battalion 58. Now that moves. Yeah. Tom Rochelle, Tom Rochelle's talking about other things. Ian's, some 80s. Tej Madadi, sorry, a bit of a popping P there. Tej Madadi, I love the brass synths, yeah. Tom Rochelle, so then we've got folks chatting about Mr. Bungle. There you go. So, but thank you for sharing that. Italian says, PP, practice, prevent, piss poor performance. Yes, exactly. I like it. What is it? Proper planning prevents poor performance. So yes, proper practice prevent piss poor performance. I like it. I'm going with it. The 5 P's of music. No, not at all. All right, we better copy that. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Song Whip. I'm going to use my buddy. Oh, my screen just went off over there. I hope we're still streaming. Sometimes it does that. So the dodgy HDMI cable I'm using there. I'm going to use Song Whip. If you don't know about Song Whip, this is it. What I did is I pasted in the Spotify link, and it's popped up the Song Whip link here. Shout out to my buddy Wilson over at Song Whip. He does this service, and it is great. Regardless of who you release through and where you've got your song, any Spotify link, any Apple Music link, you can paste it in here and check this out. We've got the album artwork in there, and then you can play it on any platform. So whatever platform folks are using, it's going to link to those so that you can stream and buy the song. So if you want to use that, just go to songwhip.com, and I'm going to use this to paste in this track, which is Love Buzz, Keep Me Alive. And to my fellow Nirvana fans, every time I see Love Buzz's name, it just reminds me of the track. Can you feel my love buzz? Very cool track from the Bleach album by Nirvana, their very first album, before Dave Grohl was even drumming with them. Whoops, I just put the chat over there. Come back to here. Alrighty, I had that blank out, and now I've lost all the windows in the right spots. So now I've got to go back and find all my windows and redisplay them so that I don't lose anything. No, I don't need to play The Sims right now. EA is jumping up there and is like, want to play a game of The Sims? Right? I'm like, no, I'm doing a show. Calm your jets. Alrighty. While we wait for, I haven't got Gertrude's email through yet, but while we wait for that one to come through, because she has said she's resent that one, let's come down here to where we got up to, down at this one. So we've got Corbin Martin, who has shared a SoundCloud link here, says, thanks for the feedback on my other song I sent. It really meant a lot, and has shared another tune here. Don't have much more detail on this one, so this is going to be our roulette song of the day, where I don't actually have a lot of detail except that this is a song. So we will bring up the link here in SoundCloud, and we'll see what it's called and what the artist name. So it is Corbin. I think I do remember. Oh, I love the name of this song. I like it already. Let's bring it up here. It is the Lockdown Bop Down. How cool is that? And no, I'm very sorry, SoundCloud, but I do not want to get 3 months for 99 cents. I will forget to unsubscribe, and then I'll be subscribed for years and not use you. So apologies to that. And apologies if you love SoundCloud. More power to you. I just don't see the value prop for SoundCloud Pro. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Let's take a listen to Corbin's tune, Lockdown Bop Down, here on Your Music Live. What a cool little jam. Getting into a bit of a mellow mood for the weekend here with Corbin and the Lockdown Bop Down, which I love just for the name alone. The tune was cool too, but when you have a name like Lockdown Bop Down, how can you go wrong, right? Yeah, very, very cool. Enjoyed that. Just chilled vibe. I've said before, I like this sort of music. That's the sort of tune that I'm going to put on in the background. I think I say this every week. But I have a playlist of tunes that are just sort of instrumental, lo-fi, just, chilled songs, so that when I'm doing those fun things like paying the bills and replying to emails, oh, I do love your emails, by the way, but you know what I mean, like replying to the more of the work-oriented emails, then yeah, that's the sort of music I like to chill to. So really like that. Like the bass in there. That bass had some real sort of round edges to it. Boom, boom, really cool. Like the change up in the loops. Wasn't too repetitive, but at the same time you weren't, throwing a different loop in every sort of change. And yeah, just a really nice overall tone. Well done. Thank you for sharing again here on Your Music Live. We've got folks, Glenn is out of here. We'll catch up on the replay. Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it. Glad we got to get to your song early. Need to go make cupcakes with the daughter. That is that is priority, 100%. Yeah, I've had, you do your music around your family and your life and your things. I think I was talking this week, we'll get back to the song in a minute. I was talking this week about fanaticism and that everything is good. Like it's the old thing, right? Everything is good in moderation, and everything is good if you do it in moderation. And you can do anything, even the best thing in the world, you can do too much of. And I was trying to find things that it would be bad to do too much of. And we're like, what about working for charity? What about going and feeding the homeless? Can you do too much feeding the homeless? And I'm like, yeah, you probably can, because if you do it like 12 hours a day, you'll burn yourself out. You'll end up sick, and then you won't be able to feed any of the homeless. So I'm like, yeah, maybe there is the case. And I was talking to my wife about cycling, because cycling is such a good thing. And she's like, what's a bad thing about cycling? And I'm like, The cyclists that get in front of me and try to run me over when I'm walking on the street. And she's like, that's cyclists, not cycling. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. That's the people, not the thing. Let's take a look at what folks have to say about this one. Bubba says, this is cool as hell. My only suggestion is to do something with a high D on the C, 9 or 7 chord. It might just be that your pickups need adjusting. 1,000 watts lo-fi sound without the lo-fi mixing. Yeah, it was. It felt like a lo-fi tune, and then you listen to it, and it was actually kind of nice, high fidelity sound. Cody says, sometimes it's nice to just listen to instrumental tracks and get lost in your head. Absolutely. SM Borthwick sounds good. Bit of a shame the guitar is a loop. I thought we were about to go on a jazz odyssey there. Yeah, it could have got a bit experimental, couldn't it, at that point there? But very cool. Metallian says, great title, nice start, and love the simple guitar sound. Yeah. Absolutely. And for those that are here, if it's your first time on the show, please, if you do want to contribute a song to the show, we do have a bit of a backlog and a bit of a waiting list, and I'm jumping around a little bit just to mix up the different, YouTube versus SoundCloud versus files and things. So, please email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com, put YML in the subject, and make sure you give me a line or two. I do get some people that are just sending me emails with just a link. I want something to be able to talk about, something to say. So give me a line or two just about the song, what it's about, how you produced it, how you recorded it, just something that I can share here. Because to be honest, if it was just a bunch of links and songs, we don't have a lot of that character. And I think that's good that folks know a little bit about the song leading in so that I can say a couple of things, we hit play, and then we take a listen. Righty dokie, we're going to move on and get into some more songs. Speaking of songs. So, now, who did I have before that I was coming back to? I need to make sure I don't miss out on things. I think it was John, wasn't it? John Murphy. So we need to download this tune, which we will do. There we go. Righty dokie. So John says, loving your shows. I'm a musician in the UK, but never got into the recording side of music. I'm just going to hit the download while we talk. I was introduced to GarageBand through a friend, and the lockdown decided to give it a go, and now I love it. What a familiar story, hey? We have a friend from Ireland called Mary Hoey, who writes her own songs, so decided to try recording a few. This is the first track we've done. Cheers. Excellent stuff. So this is a GarageBand tune from someone who is just getting into the world of GarageBand, which we always love to see and hear. Let's see if we're a bit more successful trying to open up this file this time. I don't know what's going on here, but I can't seem to open these files and get any sort of visualization. Why don't we try? What about Windows Media Player? Let's go old school on this one. This might work. There we go. We got the nice big GarageBand logo here. Can we just full screen the GarageBand logo? That could look cool. Let me show you what it's done. There you go. That's going to have to do us, all right? That's the best visualization I can get. Let's take a listen to this tune here on your Music Live. Hit the play over here. bit of a tearjerker going on here around the halfway point on Your Music Live. How cool was that? Like, every time I see and hear that sort of story of someone that's like, yeah, you know, I wrote songs, or I've got a songwriter or someone singing songs, and, you know, always been a player, a performer, never really got into the recording side, got some time on my hands, worked out that GarageBand is a thing, and now I'm producing my own music. Like, come on. Seriously, we live in the future. I know there's a lot of things that you can point at and go, oh, future bad. But seriously, walking around with this in our pocket that can create entire albums, ridiculous. But anyway, I digress. That was really cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, liked the vocals, great. The tone there, was that some pedal steel going on in there, I think? Really nice. The piano, the moving along, really ballady. Bette Midler vibe, like, yeah, a bit of an 80s Bette Midler vibe, like Wilson Phillips vibe in there, like, hold on for one more day. Did you ever know that you're my hero? I like these shows because I can sing other people's songs. Because I'm already getting copyright claims left and right. So what does it matter if I sing other people's tunes? So I can do that. But yeah, really well done. I know there's a heap of comments coming in here, so let's jump over and see what folks had to say about that tune. We'll scroll back up. Yeah, SM Borthwick said, I love that pedal steel. The vocals need to come forward though. Yeah, maybe a little more compression on the vocals, get those a little bit more up front. And he says, you had me at lap steel guitar, guilty pleasure. Yep. Jade Star, really nice track. I'd love to hear those vocals more up front too. Yep, so the vocals coming up, cross between Grease and Christmas. Bubba's liking pedal steel. Everyone loves a bit of pedal steel feel. Yeah, it does just add something to it, that Spear of Sagittarius, great song. Sounds like she's holding back in the vocals a little. Yeah, it could be a little bit more, push those vocals through, but it was really good. Stu Cash says, great vocal, absolutely. Amaracia says, I can imagine being a small auditorium, someone on stage singing this in the dark. Yeah, right? Just a spotlight on that one person, everything in the dark. Yeah, really cool. Tono, it's a good song. Could do with a bit more high end on the drums and the acoustic, just to brighten it a little. Yeah, so I think it's like a say that was a demo. You're just like, wow, this has got all the potential, and then we can continue producing it, which is probably where you're at here. And if you're starting in your GarageBand journey, that's a bloody good start. Like, keep at it, keep doing it. Gertrude says, nice vibe, well done. Yeah, slide guitar and piano was great. The vocals need a little work. That's Spear of Sagittarius. So. Yeah, and that's what I'd say. So if you handed that to me and said, Pete, we're producing this track, what do we do? Yeah, a couple of things. I would work on the mix, so a bit of EQing there, as was mentioned by a few folks. I'd probably add some compression to those vocals just to bring them up a little bit and put them a little bit in front of the mix. And then there was a few parts in there where the timing was just a little off. So if those are virtual instruments, so your guitars and your piano, a little bit of quantization in there, in some parts at least, might help it out, because there was just a few bits where I was like enjoying it and I was slightly distracted by just a drum hit that was just coming in a little too early or late. So again, this is stuff that you just work on and then you develop and you learn over time, especially when you're using GarageBand. So yeah, I would just go back in. If you're working through this track, then take those steps. And like I say, if I was producing it, that's where I would start, is to get those vocals up, and then to play with some of that quantization and get that just sitting in the pocket. With a ballad like that, you don't want it to be robotic. You do want a little bit of feel, but you want to make sure you don't distract from the words and the feeling and those cool pedal steels and everything. Righty dokie, let's move on. Shall we? We'll come back on over here and we'll see who else we've got on the list. Did I paste that one? Yes, that was a file. So that was John Murphy, by the way, sharing that one like we used to do. Moro Beat says, thank you for the DistroKid guide videos. It is very helpful. You're very welcome. I have another DistroKid video coming out this week. I haven't decided exactly when, in the next few days, which is all about the Hyperfollow feature. So Hyperfollow is super cool. It's like SongWhip, but just for DistroKid releases, and it's a really cool way to link to your music. So yeah, definitely go and check that one out. Let's continue on. I think I've seen this person here in the chat. and this is MNKeeper 2. It's another, it's a movie file. It's Morgan again. Hey, Morgan. I was looking through all my GarageBand songs and came across this one, which I liked, which I titled Homeward Bound, and I wanted to share it. I believe I made the bass part and percussion part on the flight home from England last year, and then recorded the guitar part at home. Remember flying places? Again, I don't have any lyrics for it, so it's a rather short song, but I like it, and I hope you do too. Enjoy from Morgan MNKeeper here on the channel. So let's hit the download button, because we've got a movie file here to download. You guys are putting me to the test today. You're like, Pete, play an M4A. No, play an MP3. No, play a movie file. I'm like, come on, guys. It's difficult. Rightio. Let's bring this one up. Where are you? Image file. Open it, play it with VLC, and hopefully... Oh, there we go. It's doing its thing. All right, it's doing its thing too much. All right, well, this is a quick 54 seconds. This is how you get your entire song played on Your Music Live. You make it 54 seconds, because I play about a minute of each song. So make your songs all 54 seconds, and you'll get the whole thing played. Let's take a listen to this. It is an instrumental, so you know what that means. I'll probably start singing along. I probably won't. I probably will. Let's play this here now on Your Music Live. I like it. It's got that, what was that Eminem tune that had that really sort of distinct, sort of almost like drum roll kind of sound to it. It's something you can build around. So yeah, I like the idea that you got there. You know, simple chord progression there, but you could definitely build that out, and that could be the cut. Like the hook can be the drums. The hook can be the drum beat. It can just be something like that and something simple, and then you can build out over the top of that. And that would be an interesting song. You could almost do like I could hear that song being like that, and then kind of kicking in. So you started as almost like a country ballad, right? Like down and down and do 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 do, and then you could kind of like kick it in with like a do 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 do. Like you could almost make it like a weird hybrid, not Old Town Road style, but you know what I mean? Like there could be some different genres that you could throw in there. Thank you for sharing that one. Appreciate you, and thank you for being here on the chat as well here. Eminem Toy Soldiers, that's the one. Tej Mudadi, whose name I never say well. Lots of chillaxing music today, says Amherst. Yeah, absolutely. Alistair says feels like a cool intro to another song. Yeah, I think it's good. It's got a lot of potential there. So I think you're going to be able to pull that together. A nice 80s vibe, yeah. All good stuff going along here. And SM Borthwick, nice use of the autoplay guitar, and I like the drums. It's got a lot of potential. Building blocks of something here that's going to be good. Tom Rochelle says, shout out to GarageBand's drum sequencer. It's really well implemented. Absolutely. Yeah, how cool is it that you have my daughters, especially one of them, my 8-year-old, she loves the beat sequencer in GarageBand. She just creates some really cool tunes. Like I might try and find her song and play it for you later. Well, it could be her. It is Your Music Live, so I can play my own family's music, yeah. But she created a cool little song, it's called like Cheesy Rock and Roll, and it's really cool. But again, I'm her dad, so I'm pretty proud, and I'm very biased. Let's make sure that we have put that in the description here. So that was another file, MNKeeper. What was the name of the tune? Did it have a name? I'm just going to put file here. I'm not sure if you even gave it a name. Let's continue on. I'm sure we got some more music in here to discover this week. Let's click. I'm skipping a couple here because they are files, and it's getting a bit clunky there. But we'll circle back onto them. Righty dokie. So Trevor Orme, O-R-M-E, Orme, sorry for the pronunciations, I try my best, says, this is Hold. This is my first recording using iRig, GarageBand, and iPhone. The song is called Rally Time, and it goes back and forth from soft to heavy style. Hope you enjoy. So your artist name is Hold. Very cool. So let's copy and paste the thing in the thing. We'll pop that in there. We'll bring this one up. We'll hit the pause button because Pete still hasn't worked out how to do that. Righty dokie. So Rally Time, here it is. We're going to listen to it by Hold, and we're listening live on Your Music Live.
Can't look back when you are near. I'm tossing out my rearview mirror. Reuniting, joining as one. It's like the warmth of a newly sun. When the world intrudes on you, take hold my hand and I'll pull you through. Angry angel, I must confide.
Wow. That one took me back a long way. That one took me back to the 90s and some of the cool sort of vibes there. I think I've said it before that in the 90s, every song that was created was basically like exactly like that, where you'd have your verse, which would just be like, I'm playing a clean guitar. You better watch out, though, because my busty S1's about to go. And then you kick it in and you start playing some big distorted power chords, which means I like it. That's my way of saying I like it. Nostalgic goodness there with a cool vibe. Yeah, like again, I really liked it. I like something that has that, like exactly as you said, the softer parts, the harder parts, kicking in. Again, nice just sort of vibe and tone to it. The vocals in the early sections, I think, were just a little bit pitchy. There could be some work done there in just getting those like tighter. I know that's the style, so not a criticism, because you don't want that to, you're not trying to sing perfection there. You want it to be a bit loose, a little bit of that Bob Dylan kind of vibe in there, and then kicking into the chorus, really cool. I just like it. I like it. It's got that garage band feel to it, like that sort of getting together a real band. I think a lot of folks lose a lot of that, and myself included. When you're playing instrument by instrument, you're multi-tracking, often you can lose that feeling of a band playing together. That tune had a real feeling of a band playing together, like a live band playing, recording together. So that's my thoughts anyway. What did you think? Let me know if you're here live in the comments. Oh, I need a haircut. Let's see what folks had to say about that one. Bubba, Strum Rock. Yeah, there you go. Bit of strum rock there. Chintan says needs a B section. Tom Rochelle, really nice song. Vocals are kind of muddy though. Definitely needs more clarity and it'd be very good. Yeah, no, and it's hard to say, isn't it? Because you don't want the vocals like to be crystal clear in a tune like that. But yeah, a little bit more clarity would probably be good. SM Borthwick is good for a demo. The heavy bits need to be a bit heavier and needs to give the vocals a bit of Gary Hubs. a bit of the the growl that we have in there. Speaking of Gary is here in the chat. Hello to you. Very, very cool. It's Homeward Bound. So, sorry, I missed the name of the song from the last one. It's Homeward Bound. Hello, Gordon Penny. I don't think I've seen you around here. Reminds me of the Smiths. Absolutely. Agree, a bit over reverted, but a good presence. Yep. Cool. Actual band in GarageBand of GarageBand, says Aaron Marcia. Yeah, totally. Rightio, let's move on now. Gertrude, who I spoke to before, who shared a track. I still haven't got your email through, but you know what? You gave me the name of the song, and it's the one that was released a week ago. So I'm going to put two and two together. I've searched it out on YouTube and I've found it. So we'll play that one up next here. But a quick breather, we are just past the halfway mark. We'll be here for about another 45 minutes, 50 minutes. We've got to do a 2-hour show here for Your Music Live. And I like that idea because hopefully you don't have to be here for the entire 2 hours as folks have dropped in and dropped out. You can catch up on the replay. The full list will be down in the description so you can check all of those out. And as I said before, this is a show that I do to give back to you. So I hope you enjoy this. If you do want to support me and the work I do here on the channel, head over to studiolivetoday.com. There's a few ways you can subscribe to the channel, watch a bunch of videos, share them with your other music loving friends. That's a good thing that you can do. The gear guide is there. If you're looking to buy some gear, if you use the gear guide, the link's in there. They are affiliate links. They'll break off a little tiny chunk and send it my way. So if you're in the market for gear anyway, you're not going to pay any more, but you're going to be supporting the channel. And you can, of course, listen to my music. I create music too. So if you want to say, what does Pete know about creating music in the home studio? And you want to put me to the test, you can head to petejohns.com and you can check out all of my tunes over there. Righty dokie, let's bring up this tune here by Gertrude. Post it on in. This is Gertrude C Music, and this is what looks like a new tune called Heaven Coming Home, an original demo version. Now, if Gertrude, if I remember, she does pretty cool videos to go along with her tunes, and this one looks like no exception. So no pressure, Gertrude, but yeah, I've put the pressure on now, haven't I? Let's hit play. Let's take a listen to this one. Gertrude C here, Heaven Coming Home on Your Music Live.
I've always dreamt about seeing the world. Give me a ticket any day to far away places where no one knows my name. Had myself a banana leaf for less than $1 a day. Taste that smell like honey and miss my mama's smell. It's time to go home. It's time to change direction. Felt good to me. It sure feels like heaven coming home. So follow my lead, I know the way. I know the streets of my heart. It's part of my home. It's where I used to stay. 'Cause now my eyes have seen enough, and east looks the same as west. Not sure what I was looking for. Maybe I don't need it anymore. It's time to go home. It's time to change direction. Felt good to leave. It sure feels like heaven coming home. It's time to go home. Time to go home.
I know. I wanted to listen to the rest of it too. Before you boo me in the chat, I wanted to watch the rest of the video and listen to the rest of the tune. But you're just going to have to go and watch it yourself. Down in the description, head over to Gertrude's YouTube channel. Support artists here on Studio Live today that support the channel. How cool was that? I love that because it just kicked in at the very start. Like it kind of took me by surprise, and I really liked that because I was waiting. I thought, oh, I'll have a bit of an intro. I'll get myself settled here, and it was just like boom, it's in your face. So I'll just play the start of it again so you can get what I mean here. Like listen to the start of this song. This is really cool. Got the little lead in, and then
I've always dreamt
We're
about
going.
seeing the world. Give me a ticket any
how cool is that? Yeah, so I really enjoyed that because it's just something different. I've said this a lot on previous shows, but there's so much music out there and there's so much being created, and people just seem to want to go down the cookie cutter process of, verse, like intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Like, but do something different. Shift it up. start with your vocal, like right at the start there, like this. I've really enjoyed Gertrude's music in the past. Look, I'm not a country fan, but I appreciate all genres of music. I'm not a big country fan, not a big metal fan, not a big hip hop R&B fan, but I do enjoy listening to good music that's made well and that has a bit of soul to it and a bit of meaning. And yeah, love the message in this one. And your home looks cool, Gertrude. I want to sit on your patio and have a cup of coffee. That looks awesome. And I like the video production. I know this is your music live, not your video production live. Maybe that should be another show. But the video production here was so cool. Using the stock footage and intersplicing it with your own footage, it was seamless. Like, if you didn't know that, like many folks probably watched that and they didn't realize that it was anything. So sorry if I've breached your secrets, but yeah, I love that concept of bringing it together. You don't have to use all your own footage, and the quality of your footage that you put in that song is really, really cool. And the effort that you've gone to there is really evident. And again, like I said with Glenn earlier in the show, it's great to see folks and the progression of your music over time. So every time I hear another one of your tunes, I hear something new and I hear something that's improving every single time. And that is the best way to improve your music, is to create, finish it, share it, get the feedback, incorporate that feedback into your next song. So hopefully there's some things out of this. Again, I got distracted by how cool the video was and how much I was enjoying it. I probably didn't give particularly good feedback around what you could do or what you could improve upon. So let's take a look at what folks have got here. Okay. Thank you to our wonderful admins, by the way, and moderators here who are keeping things. We've got people would like to come in and just spam the chat, but we've got Jade, we've got Amaracia, we've got Sion. No one's getting past them. They're the wall of don't mess with us. So thank you. It's in Borthwick. Really great country track, really bright and fun. Excuse me. Stu Cash says, great song, Gertrude. Brill harmonies, reminds me of the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, got a bit of a Dukes of Hazzard vibe there. Like it. Let's see here. We're going up and up and up. Tom Michelle, really interesting chord progression in the verses. Not what you usually hear in this kind of song. Great bluegrass track, Gertrude. Yeah. SM Borthwick. Got other things. It's hard when I'm trying to go there. Battalion says, love this song, brings a smile to my face every time, and what a great voice. Well done, Gertrude. Absolutely. Amaracia says, this is exactly the kind of song my mum would have listened to on repeat back when I was little. She was really into true country music back then. There you go. Cool. Let's see. Gordon Penny, hello to you. Pete, I'm a new fan, about 2 weeks. Welcome aboard. I started using GarageBand. How often do I do this? I really admire the artists willing to put their gifts out there. I want to share too. Yeah, so we usually do this weekly to 2 weekly. Depends on the time that I have. Sometimes I'll have other videos to produce, but we try to do it at least every couple of weeks, usually on a Saturday morning for me. So it'll be a Friday afternoon, evening in the US, Friday night in the UK, and on a Saturday morning for me here and for my folks in Australia and New Zealand, and in the Asian regions. So hopefully, yes, if you are interested, go ahead and share a track. Just email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com, YML in the subject, and let me know a little bit about that. Gary Hubb says, I'm not into country, but I respect craftsmanship and musicianship. Everything I've heard from Gertrude, I've enjoyed. Very well said. And exactly the same for me. Like I say, the reason I love listening to and doing this show and listening to this music is that a lot of these are not my style of music. People that do create my style of music, you get a free pass. Gary Hubbs, Glenn Clark, the Indigo Sunsets. Yeah, because that's the sort of music I listen to anyway. You get a bit of a free pass, but it doesn't mean I'm only going to play the music that I like, because that's very narrow. And I've found that I like other styles of music because I've listened to them. And if you don't expand your horizons, don't get out of your comfort zone every now and then, you're going to miss out on a bunch of cool stuff. That's good advice for life. I think it is. In my opinion, it's good advice for life as well as in music. So let's continue on. I nearly hit the end stream button. That could have been a bit devastating. Now I better put that in the description here. That was our friend Gertrude. Sorry, hold the line. We'll be with you. Your call is important. I can't spell. Your call is important to us. Gertrude. I'm going to spell your name wrong, Gertrude. I'm sorry. It's funny, Gertrude. we were talking about artist names a while ago, and Gertrude's like, yeah, my first name is hard enough to spell, let alone my surname. I don't know what name to use. And I'm like, I'm glad you just Gertrude C Music. Go with it. Like, it's cool. I like it. So that was Heaven Coming Home. And we're going to put the link in, and we're going to save it in, and we're good. Because again, reminder, all the tunes that we play here are down in the description. So your job after this one is to go away. Your job is to go and check out all of the tunes and listen to them in their fullest, because you'll be able to get hold of them and listen to the whole thing. Like righty dokey. We listened. I think we had a Happy Ron track last week, actually. So let's play another. I saw Happy Ron here earlier. I'm not sure if you're still around, Ron. But Ron says, here's another track. One of the only comforts in losing someone you love is that you join the family of those who have lost someone, which eventually involves almost everybody. True words, my friend, true words. So we're probably going to get something a little bit meaningful here from Ron, which is a good thing. So we're going to throw this one up here on the chat, the other one, the screen, and we'll be taking a look and a listen to this one. This is a tune from earlier this year. It's called Close Your Eyes and Remember, and we will play this one now. We'll bring the screen across. We'll play this one now. This is our friend Happy Ron here on Your Music Live.
When you are sad about how they passed, remember how they lived. When you are mad, life took them away, remember how they would forgive. When you don't know how your world will look without the things they would do, remember to live the love they brought, and they'll live on through you. So close your eyes and remember. Close your eyes and remember. Close your eyes and remember all the ways they loved. When you are worried about what they would think, remember their minds at rest.
There you go. Our friend Happy Ron with a wonderful song there about coping with loss, something that we can all relate to. And as Ron said in his intro there, yeah, it's something that is ubiquitous, and it's a lot of people have to deal with. It's reality of life. But yeah, it just goes to show that music is such a good thing. It's such a good way to express. So I'm sure this helps Ron by creating this music, and I'm sure it's helped a bunch of people. You know, more than 6,000 people have viewed that video, and reading those quotes and those as you're listening to that tune, I'm sure it's given a lot of comfort to a lot of folks over time. Really well produced song, as always, from Ron there. It's a really distinct style. What is it that Ron, in your bio, Ron, it's like Mr. Rogers meets South Park. It's like, yeah, you've got very different sort of eclectic music over on your channel. And yeah, it runs the gamut from a really sort of meaningful song like that to some really fun tunes that you can listen to as well. So as always, support the great creators here on where are we? Studio Live today. And once again, if you missed my interview with Ron, do check that out. Ron's very interesting dude, and we had a really good chat. That was in the before time, in the long ago. Let me just see, can I find that? I'll just see where, if you search Pete Johns Happy Ron, I reckon you'll find it without a problem. Yeah, there it is. So there at the very top there, if you just search that, Pete Johns Happy Ron, you will find my interview with the great Happy Ron. And we had a good chat about all things music on that one. Where's my file? Where's my screen here? Bubba says, great piece, Ron. Nexi, very nice song, by the way. Where we go? Amorosia, this is a beautiful song for today, especially. Just got back maybe an hour ago from our first annual memorial. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Amorosia, for my nephew who passed away last August. Jade Star, love the doubling effect on the chorus, very effective. Yeah, really nice vocals. Ron has a way of having these vocals that are just so sweet and just so mellow that you just want to listen to them all day. Medallion says, very Ron-esque. Love your stuff, man. Yeah, cool. Dang, happy Ron. Didn't know you were here. Says Nexi. Yeah, hello. Gordon Penny. Thanks, Pete. I'll get busy. Oh, yeah. Get busy recording some stuff. Very cool. Cool. Well, thank you. And thank you for sharing. And thank you for everyone who has been sharing their music here today. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back up and reading some of the previous comments. And Gertrude says, my friends call me Arnie G. Could that work? That would be cool. Yeah, especially for a country song, you'd be like, Arnie G's Country Vibes coming to you live. I don't know. I kind of like it. There you go. Yeah, there's Happy Ron. So Jade has shared Happy Ron's YouTube channel, so do head on over there. He's the only Happy Ron in town. So if you search Happy Ron, you're going to find Happy Ron. That's beautiful naming right there. We're talking about naming and the difficulties of naming. Give yourself an adjective in front of your name, and be Happy Ron, and you suddenly stand out from all the other Rons around there. Alrighty. So please, if you do want to submit a song, as Amarasaya has kindly put in the chat here, do email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com. Make sure that YML is in the subject line, and make sure that you give us a line or two about your tune, about how you created it, about what it's about, and we'll try and get it onto a future show. We are totally booked out for today. We've only got ourselves about 40 minutes left, less than that, 35 minutes left to play a few more tunes, which we have come in over the last couple of weeks. So let's come on back and come back to my list. Excuse me. I'm very sorry. I got a bit of a frog in my throat. What does this one? I have not seen this before, or this person. So, hi Pete. I recently started making music and would like you to give an opinion. Oh, really struggling. Would like you to give an opinion on my latest song, Sunset Seas, on Your Music Live. I make all my music on the iPhone 7. Good old iPhone 7. I have a broken one of those right here. It does not turn on. I need to do something about that. Here is the link, so we're going to copy the link. But yeah, creating music on your phone. As I said before, we live in the future here, folks. We can create music on our phones, and it's kind of redonkulous. Let's copy this one over here. I've lost the chat window. I've left it on the wrong screen. I'll put it back before I get really confused and distracted. More so than I already am, right? Okay, let's take a look. This is Liron and a tune called Sunset Seas. We'll bring it up here and take a look and a listen here live on Your Music Live. go. Some ambient chill vibes there. Sunset Seas from Liron here on Your Music Live. Again, just a very cool mellow sound. Loved the sample there. There was a nice, if you're listening on headphones, there was a nice stereo sample of the waves at the start there. And then that came in with that sort of ping-pongy stereo synth sound. The nice bass with that boom, 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 almost like a heartbeat kind of bass sound injected in there. Yeah, just really nice, simple, mellow. I could see you producing an album of this as like a relaxation album. Again, music to chill to. That would be what I would call it, but I don't title things very well. But yeah, very, very cool indeed. Thank you for sharing that, Jade Star. Nice meditation music, absolutely. Tom Rochelle, very chill track, kind of mesmerizing. Nice use of the Celesta. Yeah, how cool is the Celesta? Very cool. Bubba says harmonium. That glassy patch is nice. Yeah. Gary Hubbs is delicate as a twirling ballerina atop a jewelry box. Man, the visualization there. That's where it's at. Like it a lot. Righty dokey. We've got. I'm sure there's more folks commenting. That was I played a little short passage of that, but we will continue on here and find some more tunes, shall we? Because we've got a heap more to get through. We've still got another half an hour. Don't worry. We've got more music. We will not run out. That's the one problem I don't have is running out of music to play. We've got plenty here in the backlog, and we will try to get to as much of it as possible over the next few weeks. But again, it's testament to the fact that a lot of people are producing a lot of good music, that we have so much to play. Let's see. Let's see, we've got a tune here. It's a SoundCloud link. I can't. It doesn't have. So someone sent me their SoundCloud and said, play any song. Just send me one of the songs because, often I don't have time to sort of dig through and find something. So if you've got a song that you want played, just send me one tune. And then, just because that way you can describe a little bit about that particular tune. Here is someone that we know well, that has been around the channel a lot, and that is our friend Chintan CG. Says, hi Pete, hope you're well. I am indeed, thank you. I thought I should have my own lockdown song. Yeah, bring on the lockdown songs. It's a lighthearted take on the lockdown in India, done entirely in GarageBand iOS. The lyrics are in Hindi, and I have some clips from the PM's announcement of the lockdown. Usually it's my friend who does the vocals, but I thought I'd give it a try myself. Excellent. Let's do this thing. Let's bring up Chintan's latest tune here. Again, thank you, Chintan, for being a wonderful supporter of the channel here. Always around and always having positive things to say, which is appreciated. Here we are. Boom. There it is. The lockdown funk. I'm going to remove my melon here because I just need to have a drink and hydrate. And where are we? Desktop. There we go. And then you can see the cool artwork there. That's really good. Really nice artwork there. The lockdown funk. Here it is. Chintan CG. Lockdown funk on Your Music Live.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है
लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ चलता रहा मोदी जी ने कहा घर बैठो बैठे रहो बाहर नहीं कोई तो ये बताए होगा खत्म कब ये लॉकडाउन आईटी हो वर्क फ्रॉम होम बॉस बोला बेकर लॉकडाउन दिन गुजरा और रात कटी काम करो डटे रहो वीकेंड हो गया वीकडे लॉकडाउन अब ये लॉकडाउन
There you have it. the Lockdown Funk from Chintan CG here on Your Music Live. Very cool indeed, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing that one. You definitely need to do more of those vocals yourself. Yeah, I really liked that one. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you for sharing there. So I'm just playing around with my headphones a little bit here. Yeah, Lockdown Funk. Some people might say, "Oh, don't put a light-hearted take." I think most of us are at the point now where we just need to have a bit of fun and a bit of a laugh. I know it's not to say that there's not serious things going on, but my goodness, it's that whole thing is if you don't laugh, you'll cry with some of this stuff. So very, very cool. I really enjoyed that tune, and thank you for sharing it with us. We've got folks here who've got some comments about it. We've said Patrick Chandler, this is great. And Marcia, catchy. Yeah, I know. Lockdown. Who's going to be walking around singing Lockdown to themselves? Jade Star, nice work. Chintan. D. Lopez, I liked that. RJ Lovely, hello to you. Good morning. Baba, who have we got here? I'm just trying to read all the comments that we've got here. Bubba says, loved the sliced up GB autoplay figures. Yeah, so like you can use the autoplay, but you can sort of chop it up and move it around and create something sort of extra cool there. And Amaracea says, put a lighthearted take on everything. Yeah, look, sometimes you just need to. And Tom Rochelle says, just because you're locked down doesn't mean you can't dance. Awesome. Maybe needs a touch more punch on the kick drum to really drive the track. Yeah, sort of the... Yeah, you can probably give a little bit more bass in the kick drum there. But yeah, and SM Borthwick says, another track with excellent use of the guitar touch instruments. Really nice done and great groove. Very, very cool. And D. Lopez says, I like that. Do you also accept links to Spotify or Apple Music? Yes, but I won't. I usually just put them into Songwhip. I would use songwhip.com. So if you copy your link to Spotify or Apple Music and then go to songwhip.com, that just means that I'll put that link there. That way people don't need to be Spotify Premium or Apple Music subscribers or whatever. They can just use whatever platform they like. But yeah, well done there to... something's playing. Something playing in SoundCloud in the background there. Let's just...
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों संपूर्ण लोग
Yeah, sorry, that was Chintan's song again. Thank you all. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you everyone for being here and for your kind words and for your support here on the channel. I do appreciate it. You might have noticed there that I had a bit of a headphone change mid song there, and I'm seeing whether I'm liking them. What do you think? These are my AKG K52s. So I'm trying to use these in some real life scenarios to see if we get used to them. So you may know that I've been using and recommending the Sennheiser HD 280 Pros for a very long time. They're a really good headphone. They sound really good. I've plugged these in, and it's different. And I'm already not really liking the tone that's coming through. So full disclosure there that I'm not going to go sending you to Amazon. I did put these in my newsletter yesterday and said, hey, I'll be trying these out, but I haven't actually recommended them yet. They're about half the price of the Sennheiser HD 280 Pros. So these are a $50 pair of headphones, closed back monitoring headphones, and then the HD 280 Pros. These ones that I use all the time, these are about $100 pair of headphones. And it's just, yeah, they just feel different. They feel about half the price. So, yeah, we'll see. And the tone of my voice coming back through these, I've plugged in, I've got everything set exactly the same. And I thought this would be a good chance to sort of try this out. So with that one, I listened to the first half on the old ones, on the Sennheisers, and then the second half on these ones. So what I'll do is on the next song, I'm going to swap back. So just so that you know why, in case you're wondering, why is Pete's headphones looking different? That's the answer. You've got to do these things practically. Like I figure I might as well. Like if I'm going to recommend headphones, I need to use them for listening to music and for doing live streaming. And this is the best way for me to do that. And Gary Hubb says, checking out Songwhip now. Yeah, do check out Songwhip. I mentioned it before, but our buddy Wilson Page over there, paste in any Spotify or Apple Music link, or just search yourself, and it'll find all the places where you can go and stream that particular song. It's very, very cool. Now, we didn't put Chintan CG in here, so I'm just going to do that. Chintan CG, and that was his Lockdown Funk, and there's its thing. We will copy and paste that. How much time do we have? How many more tracks are we going to get? Probably about 3 or 4. We've got 20-ish minutes to go here before I turn into a pumpkin for sure. So we'll bring up our list of tracks. We just played Chintan's tune. Chintan's tune? Chintan's tune there. So let's move on here. We've got Chris. Hello, Chris says, Pete, this song's about the pandemic. Yeah, let's just keep that lockdown vibe going on, shall we? It's designed to help anyone relate to the stresses of being stuck at home with your kids or alone during these crazy times. I hear you, and it's called. It looks like it's called Until Further Notice. Chris, aka the Pace the Maker. I like that name. I was going to say the Peacemaker. Pace the Maker. What a cool name. So we are going to come into the SoundClouds and we're going to bring this up. I'm super distracted by these headphones. You know, I've been wearing the old ones for so many years that yeah, it's weird. It's not bad. It's just different. So again, I'm going to throw my mug away like so. So you won't be able to hear me. I'll listen to the first bit of this track in the old cans and then I get to go back to the comfort of my Sennheisers. So let's hit play on this one. This is Until Further Notice by Pace the Maker here on Your Music Live.
Breathing through a thin blue cloth, just about the guy who's not. If we can't pull through this, we might need guns. Staring at our LCDs, hoping that the news we see can help us get through this. Keep us all dead. Store, grabbing more than we can hold. If we can't pull through this, we might need drugs. Now what if we stay contagious, locked in our little cages, run to high elevation?
There you go. Until Further Notice, Pace the Maker here on Your Music Live. That was super cool. Really liked the vibe. Lyrics were good. Guitars in there were really good. The lead and the rhythm guitars working together nicely. Really nicely mixed track. The vocals sounded really good. There was a couple of parts in there, and keep in mind, I'm someone who mixes my vocals way too loud, but there were a couple of parts there where I thought the vocals were a little quiet in the mix. Probably could have come up a notch or two, but how about it, crew? Like another artist that I had never listened to before and now will be following with interest. In fact, let's hit the follow button on the SoundCloud so that I will hit the like and we'll hit the follow so that we will continue being able to see some more tunes. How do you follow? There it is. Follow button. Suggest you do the same because that's very cool. Until Further Notice, Pace the Maker. The one thing I'll say about all these lockdown stuff is that it's bringing out some creativity. Yeah, sure, it's like a lot of us are frustrated and the songs we're making are showing some of that frustration, but sure does help, doesn't it? It's kind of cathartic for the creator and also for those listening to the tunes as well. So once again, thank you for sharing that. Very, very cool. Tom Rochelle says the guitar work is very good. Very nice production work. Everything sits really well together. Maybe a little louder vocals, but it ain't bad at all. Yeah, 100%. Bubba says put me in a Floyd state of mind. There you go. Battalion, very good. Like the vocal harmonies and the general feel of the song. Reminds me a bit of David Gilmour. There you go. SM Borthwick, the acoustic tone is great. The vocals got lost a bit when the other instruments kicked in. Yeah. So there's a few comments here about vocals, and I think I'd agree with that. That just a little lift on the vocals, maybe a little extra compression on those vocals will just push them to the front there and will make them cut through. So very nice. Langston Reese, very nice. Gary Hubbs, like the drum beat, lots of air. Bonham was the master of the airy drum. Yeah, very, very cool. Thank you for sharing that. So we've got some headphone talk in there. So Bubba says, choice of headphone earbuds are probably the biggest problem I have mixing anything down. Yeah, absolutely. And Bubba says those ATH M30X are great and a steal of that price. So yeah, I'm decided. Yeah, so Tom Rochelle says, Pete, you should try some Audio Technica headphones. I have the ATH M30X and it's very good. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to go with this. So, it's lost a cup already. What the heck? What happened there? It's already lost one of its cups. Like, it's lost the whole foam thing has come off. That's never a good sign. How did I do that? Where did it go? What the? What? Oh, there it is. Hang on. It's behind me. Behind you. Well, that's never happened in about 5 years, and it happened accidentally just putting them on the floor. And this doesn't seem to... AKG, I don't know, man. I don't know. So maybe what I need to do is get the Audio Technicas, because I have heard good things about the the ATX 30, whatever it is. So yeah, maybe I need to try them as well. I can't get this thing back on. They do have one cool feature, which you can see inside there. Oh, no, you can't. You can't see, but it's got like a big L and R. You can't see with the lighting there, but it's got like written in there L and R, and I always struggle to know which side to put my headphones on. So, yeah, this is not cool. I can't get that back on. Maybe I've got a dud pair. Maybe that's the problem. Anyway, we'll worry about that later when we review those in detail. But they're going back on the floor. Hopefully the other foam cover doesn't fall off. But yeah, so maybe I need to go to the Audio Technica, because I do love my Audio Technica microphones. I use this one, the AE3300, which is a ridiculously good microphone. I love it to death, and my AT2020 large diaphragm condenser for vocals. So maybe I need to join the Audio Technica family. Maybe, but a lot of people say, Pete, why don't you actually reach out to these companies and, get them to send you stuff instead of buying things all the time? Like, yeah, but then I feel bad, because if I trash them, then if the cup falls off and AKG have sent that to me, I can't say, yeah, that's a bit dodgy. I have to say, oh, but I'm sure it's fine. So yeah, I'm staying independent for now. Flash forward to like 2 weeks when it's like Pete's wearing a Rode t-shirt and he's like, I'd like to welcome my new sponsors, Rode microphones. You must always use Rode microphones. Anyway, no, I don't think I could ever go that way. Let's continue on. Jade says, yeah, Audio Technicas last a long time. Yeah, so there you go. Maybe we need to do that. Except these Sennheisers, like, these are rock solid. I've literally run over these with my wheelie chair, and they've just said, is that all you got? Is that all you got? I can take that. All right, we're getting way off track here, so let's get back to some music before I lose my mind. Where's my emails? Emails, please. I know we've got some more in here. Did I close my email? No, there it is. There it is. I just had it on the wrong screen. So that was Chris. Thank you. Did I put your tune in there? I didn't. I got so distracted by my emails. By my headphones that I didn't even put this in. So that was Pace the Maker, and that was it again. While I do this, Pace the Maker. I can't type today. Pace the Maker, and that was Until Further Notice. And there's his link to SoundCloud. Cool. That is done. All of these are saved down below. If you're just joining us or if you're not familiar with the show, I save all the links down there in the description. So after the show, you can go back and explore, follow the artists, listen to their tunes, check out their back catalogue. It's a good way to get familiar with some artists. If you hear a snippet of a song on this and you're like, cool, that sounded awesome, I want to go and follow Pace the Maker on SoundCloud and check out other tunes there, then you can go ahead and do that, and everyone's happy. Right, let's move to the next email that we have here. Well, scrolling up. I did... Where was it? Here we go. Yes. Oh, soundclick.com. Rick Hunter. Hello to my friend Rick Hunter. Rick has been a supporter of this channel for a very long time, and I do appreciate your support greatly. Says, hey Pete, song title 2021. Ooh, this is an instrumental track created with GarageBand iOS, and it's about getting past this year and hopefully a brighter 2021. Don't I hear that? So this is like, I guess, the anti-lockdown song. This is the, gee, I hope we don't stay locked down for much longer song. So let's bring this one up. Soundclick.com. I'm not familiar with Soundclick.com. Unless I've played it before, but I don't recall. Let's bring this one up. Here he is, our buddy Rick Hunter. And let's turn up the volume and take a listen to Rick Hunter 2021 here on Your Music Live. "2021" by Dream States, our buddy Rick Hunter there with a garage band iOS instrumental track there about the future and what it may bring. Hopefully good things to the world. Thank you very much for sharing that. Like the vibe of that. I love the modulation there on that synth sound. Sounded really cool. Had a bit of like an old video game vibe there. Again, it's like playing an old Commodore 64 tune. There's something about that modulated sound of a synth, like a nice high-end synth, like like playing Ghosts and Goblins or something like that on the Commodore 64. Am I showing my age? Just a little bit. So very cool. Enjoyed that. A couple of parts there that I would tweak. So the bass, I think it was the bass. Just a little bit off the beat. And the bass is one instrument that almost needs to be ticking like clockwork. So I would maybe take a look at that. Maybe just need some quantization. If you played it in manually on the keyboard, maybe just a little quantization, like just quantize it down to like the 16th or the 32nd note, just to make sure that if there's just those slight bits of variation, it's just going to put it on the grid. I know it's a fine balance between making something completely robotic and having a bit of human feel in there. But I think with a tune like this, where it's a very synth-driven song, you kind of need it to be right in the pocket, right on the groove. So that's the one thing that I noticed in that one. The other thing is the synth was the high-end synth just seemed to have a little, like, I know it needs to be a treble sound, but it was a little grating in a couple of parts. So I would just find an EQ, grab your LRC5 EQ if you're in GarageBand iOS, and just pull that top end down a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot, but just remove some of the harshness. You want the high end, but you just want to find that frequency where it kind of get a little bit graty, and then move that down. And then I think you got yourself a very, very cool instrumental track. But yeah, and again, when I give feedback, by the way, don't think that you then have to go back and do that on that track. Like I get kind of, when I get to the point where I finished a song and then people are like, you should do blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I finished the song. But what you can do is you store that, you bank that information. So it's often not a good idea. Well, it can be, but it's not always a good idea to go back and completely redo a song based on feedback. But it's a good idea to take on that feedback because it's something you're going to do. Then you can incorporate it in your next song. So that's my advice there. Let's find. Oops, I've lost the chat. There it is. It's over on this screen. Very, very cool. Tom Rochelle, this is another one like this earlier that could use heavy guitars and maybe vocals. Yeah. Barbara says 75th level of Mario with lava. Nice. Tej Mudadi reminds me of the old Flash games I'd play in school. Yeah, it's definitely got a video game vibe, doesn't it? Jade Star, loving the bass line. Definitely needs a remix though, so everything sits nicely. Yeah, for sure. And says, glad to see another Ghosts and Goblins fan from Tej Mudadi. Yeah, I used to love that game. I used to play the crap out of it. Battalion says, I go back to the VIC-20 and the TI-99. So you're not that old, my friend. Yeah, oh, man. The VIC-20, that VIC-20 ad with Shatner, with Bill Shatner, is just like, the VIC-20 is the greatest computer of all time. That's my William Shatner impersonation, by the way. It's terrible. Reminded me of a Ron Hubbard tune from C64 games with Jade Starr. Yeah, the old school Sid chip. Oh man, we need to be careful. We're gonna nerd out on that. Well, I do want to. I have another channel. It's in development. It's taking a while, but hopefully I'll be able to kick it off soon, called Semi Nerd, where I'm going to be doing sort of adjacent stuff, like not just the music creation and like not just create, record, release, but a little bit more retro tech and nerd culture. Like not the thing is, a reason it's Semi Nerd is that I've never been a comic book guy. I've never been like Dungeons and Dragons, tabletop games. I've never been that level, like comic book movies. Never been into that stuff, but I've always been intrigued by computers and technology, and I love like all the cool little things, video games and retro tech, and just randomly ranting and talking like Tech Mode and LGR. Like these are like some of my favorite channels. So watch out for that. If you are like me and you love yourself some nerdy old school tech, then Semi Nerd should be for you. Bubba's got the Apple II. Oh, see, where everyone's out nerding themselves from when they had their first computer and what it was cool and what was cool about it. Yeah, no, I was Commodore 64 all the way. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? Because the Commodore is keeping up with you, just quietly. Let's go back to the list and see, because we've got time for another, well, maybe one tune. Pete's up. I'm like, why? What? The time's flying by. It's like, yes, Pete, that's because you won't stop actually just talking about random stuff that's not relevant. Where were we up to? Let's try this one. Well, we don't have a lot of info about this. Brendan Haggerty says, hey, here's one of my recent songs. Oops, you know what? The link, there's no link. There's no link, Brendan. If you're watching this, I don't have a link. The link is, I think you've pasted in my email address as the link. So my apologies. But even when you see this, maybe go back and resend that one. So I can actually take a listen, because I'm really looking forward to it. I've got another one without a link. Folks, check your links, please, before you hit submit. Make sure that it's actually got the link in there. So let's take a look. So Joshua says, one of our first songs, bit of a duet with our singer ND guitarist. First time we tried some strings out in a song. Oh, cool. We've got something experimental going here. And we're over at Bandcamp on this one. So there you go. This may be our first Bandcamp track that we're going to be playing here on Your Music Live. So this looks pretty cool. Look at this. Here we go. Before the Night from Secret Origin by Thick Line, Thin Line. Okay, cool. I like the cover. I like the album artwork. It's all looking very cool over here. So let's turn up the volume. Take a listen to this one, shall we? Before the Night, live on Your Music Live.
Get out of here before the night. Can you hold on to me by the firelight? And when the moon is full, I hear your name. And when the tide is high, your sound remains.
How cool is that? Thick Line, Thin Line from the album Secret Origin. That was before the night here on Your Music Live. Looks like they're from Melbourne here in Australia. Shout out to all of my friends in Melbourne. You got, what, 1 week, one of the bit weeks left of the stage 4 lockdowns over there. So hang in there, folks. Great. Listen to some music. Listen to some cool music. Play some guitar. Create some tunes. We'll get through. But yeah, thank you for sharing that one. That is very cool. Now that's from back in 2013. So would love to hear more about what you're creating these days and how you're creating in the studio. But yeah, look at that album artwork. Like that was super cool stuff. Like that's some effort there gone into that. Let's just bring it up here again. If we look at that, yeah, look at that. Cool. Yeah, thin line, thick line. You got some the comic book style going on there. That is really cool stuff. Well done. And thanks for sharing. Really cool music. Again, you get a free pass when you play that sort of music because it's what I listen to. It's what I like. But yeah, that was really well done. Everything was in the pocket, in the zone. Mixing was spot on. Vocals sounded really good. Really nice tone in the vocals. Love those lower vocal parts where just like, they can be hard because they can be hard to hit that note and to make it sound as good as that. So well done on that one. Let's see what folks have to say about that one here. Jade says, I've got 5 of my bands on Bandcamp also. Yeah, it's a cool thing. Jade says, a cool track, a cool Melbourne band. There you go. Tom Rochelle, very cool, very professional presentation also. Yep. 1000 Watts, I hope they're on Amazon Music because then I could add them to my playlist. Yeah, so let's have a quick look. So we did talk about Song Whip before. So what's the name? Thick Line, Thin Line. Should be a pretty easy one to find. Let's just come over here and we'll see if they're released elsewhere. If we bring this up here. So here is Song Whip. So you can click make a link, and then if we say put thin, what was it, thin line, thick line, or the other way around? We'll try. Is it that way? Thin line, thick line? No, that didn't work. Was it thick line, thin line? They may not have releases on places. We'll see. No, it's not there. And I don't think Bandcamp links are supported, but we'll have a go because Wilson's always doing things. No, so it doesn't do that. So I'm not sure if they're released on other platforms because I would love to. I would love to chuck them on my Google Play and follow them wherever they happen to be. So yeah, reach out and let me know if there are other places folks can check you out. Otherwise, yeah, go support them on Bandcamp is another option that you always have. Vincent Bowe says, very nice song, Bubba. Nice transitions and the counterpoint between guitar and bass lines are great. Absolutely. Tom Rochelle, really cool, very professional presentation. I think I said that already. Tej Mudadi, this song is brilliant. Very cool. And says, still going strong. Tom Rochelle has Bandcamp too. Yeah, really got to get into the Bandcamp thing. I've never really explored it. Yeah, I've got to get into that a bit more. Simon says, hey Pete, can you do a video for me to use OS GarageBand through Zoom app? I want to sing along with a GarageBand track for my Zoom audience. It's a tough thing to do, and I've had a few requests like that. Can you use GarageBand to sort of play back as a backing track and then sort of record your own vocals over the top? If you have a second device is the easiest way to do it. So I've done that before. So here with my setup, I've got my Zoom Live Track L8 mixer there, and then I've got my iPad plugged in. So I'll use my iPad, which is down here, to put GarageBand and then to play along. So you might see some of that, spoiler alert, in tomorrow's tomorrow's happy hour show. If I do play with some backing tracks, which I've done a few times before, but to do it all in one device, to have GarageBand in the background, to have your Zoom app on the same device, your camera, your audio, I haven't found a really good way to do it, and I've had a few folks ask about that. So yeah, sorry that I can't give you more info on that one, but yeah, if others have ideas, and where I would go is to the Create, Record, Release group on. So we'll do this final bit. If you go to Facebook, go to the Create, Record, Release group. That's our home over there. We have all of our creators helping each other out. There's also the GarageBand users Facebook group and the iPad musician Facebook group. A lot of places where a lot of folks can help you with your music. That is going to do it for this Your Music Live. I know 2 hours just flies by like that, but we will be back over the weekend. Tomorrow we've got around about the same time as this show, we have home studio Q&A. That's where I answer all of your questions about recording in the home and mobile studio. We've then got a happy hour, the very happy hour, where we're doing all of the songs about happiness and just general tunes that make me happy. So yes, a bit selfish there, but we're going to have some fun and do our happy hour. And then, of course, Garage Band Weekly rounds out the weekend. So there's plenty more live shows for you to sink your teeth into here on Studio Live today over the weekend. So thank you everyone for your support. If you got some value out of this one today, hit the like button. That tells me that you want me to come back and do this again. If I played your track, I hope you enjoyed the feedback you got from the crew here. If I didn't and you've sent me a track, don't stress, there are a bunch still there in the inbox that we need to get to in future videos, so stay tuned for that one. Take care folks, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you again real soon. Cheers.